From that point, I would probably go directly. I would probably go to the lead pipe first of all. So remove the tuning slide. Now, beginner or anybody, to fight this idea of we start with excessive tension and then try to release it, I like the idea that first we start with just air and lips that are together but not tight enough to vibrate. So I'm trying to stay right on the cusp of vibration. That has the added advantage if you can actually hear the air going through the pipe. You can really listen to how smooth your airflow is. Going from there, the lips are going to tighten down on the airstream. Not to this, but just as if they're squeezing the airstream until vibration begins. Somebody, an absolute beginner, that's probably not the sound we're going to get right off the bat, but if we can get this idea of squeezing the airstream rather than this and trying to overcome that where this that sound where the vibrations of the lips are strangled by excessive tension. In general, I'm trying to find the minimum amount of lip compression necessary for a given note. And that will vary depending on the range, the volume, but the minimum necessary. Anything more than that starts to reduce sound. Just like this is more tension than I need to speak, and it creates less sound than this does. So if I were to take what I just did and then continue adding compression beyond the optimum point, the sound starts to choke off. So the goal then is just to find the right amount of compression and then hold it there. Not too much, not too little. By speeding up this, we can get a virtually instantaneous attack, but still, it's still that motion. So it's that idea, and the sound tells you when you have beginner level, any level, the sound tells you when things are right, when things are wrong. On the lead pipe, strive typically for 5 different notes. We're moving a little bit beyond beginner here, but that would be a good note. That note is about an F in the staff, thereabout. Pretty good spot for somebody to start trying to play. Working on the lead pipe often helps to open up sound. People who get this kind of a sound on the trumpet are often then, I do that same thing. So this is a lead pipe removed from the horn, but that's the same kind of sound that we were just hearing on the horn. But how to get from to there you hear me go into excessive tension, excess compression, and then trying to release that. My goal is to go from the other direction, from too little to just enough, rather than from too much to just enough. So those three notes, the middle one is about an F in the staff, G on top of the staff, pedal F below the staff. Then there's about a D above that. There's a G above that. And that actually covers a 3-octave range. You know, that's from about G above high C to F below the staff. Obviously, beginners not getting all of those notes, but it's the way I start playing every day. It's just those 5 notes on the lead pipe. About the first 5 minutes, just doing that over and over. If anything was going to be termed as my warm-up, I suppose it would be that. Now, other aspects of beginner, I would go to lead pipe before I would go to the mouthpiece, buzzing on the mouthpiece, so that to get the sense of setting a pipe into vibration. We have that with the mouthpiece, but not to the same degree. We don't have that same sense of vibrating a larger length of pipe. And in fact, a pipe helps the vibrations of the lips. If I try to do exactly that same thing on the mouthpiece, I actually don't get the vibrations. This is something that Bill Adam, this is really his pedagogy, is using the lead pipe. To get the mouthpiece to vibrate, the lips to vibrate with the mouthpiece alone, I've got to add more compression. But if I slide the lead pipe on at that point, there'll actually be less sound on the lead pipe than we heard before. As opposed to what the amount of compression necessary to vibrate the note on the mouthpiece is more than is needed with the lead pipe. The amount needed to do with the lips alone is more than is needed with the mouthpiece. So as you add the pipe to the embouchure, you can start releasing embouchure tension. You need to, in fact, in order to get the most vibrant sound. That's where I would go. And in fact, it's, you know, kind of to a certain degree, the way I would start a beginner has to do with the way I start every day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to interject here, but thank you for saying that on the camera, because you've verified exactly how I start everybody. I didn't know that somebody else had developed this lead pipe thing. I did it out of necessity,
okay,
for myself, and I'm you know, makes me feel good about it.
Yeah.
And it's starting this, that's great.
Well, Bill Adam was the trumpet guru at Indiana University. He turned out a lot of really world-class players. Cool. And that's where that's. I mean, I learned it not from him directly, but from a Bill Adams student, and so he's pretty well known for that.
I'm sure I picked it up somewhere along the way. I think
Yeah.
one of the players in Ottawa said try it, and I kind of explored it on my own. It's great.